Hello and welcome. Good morning. What's up, nerds? It is I, the OGGM, your number one guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense. And it's Friday. It is the 7th day of July, 2023, in the year of our Lord Hello Kitty. And we finally are all sort of not really kind of caught up. And we have the list of all the tabletop role-playing game Kickstarter projects that are coming to an end. Yes, I know. You're like, wait, what? But 5-day weekend, dude. I mean, I don't know. I guess I figure a lot of people figured, well, July 4th is Tuesday. So if I use a vacation day for Friday, I get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. And then I can also get Tuesday off because it's July 4th. And so I don't have to actually do any work to the 5th. And, the 5th is so close to Friday, I might as well just, yeah. So, yeah. We're going to be a couple days off for a bit until the real world catches up with my schedule. Because, I never stop. Just because those guys are like, I'm lazy. I need 5 days off. I'm like, no, dude, I need to make news every day. My fans depend upon me. So, yes, here we go. The following tabletop role-playing game Kickstarter projects are coming to an end. But you still have a chance to support them. Which is always a good thing. Maybe, if there's something here I think is worth your time, I'll let you know. And otherwise, let's just take a look. And I can already see Gloomhaven, which means, yeah, that's always fun, these guys. We were just talking about Gloomhaven again yesterday with Buttons and Bugs. And, my story about the Gloomhaven special box making machine. And probably based upon the size of this Kickstarter, we're going to have to talk about the size of the box again. So we have Gloomhaven Grand Festival. This is for the Gloomhaven role-playing game and the miniature games. So they can be used for both. It is from the company that makes Gloomhaven, CEPHAOALO Fair, Cafulo Fair. I'm probably saying that wrong. Anyways, this is a core rule book, $90. Gets you 2 books, the DM screen, the cards, and more. Do you get figures? A lot of, let's see, you definitely get the things, the cards, all the props you would need to go either with miniature version and or role-playing game version with this. No mention of figures. So we'll just wait and see what's going on with this, but it's $90. It's a huge box. We talked about this yesterday about how their boxes are so big. They actually had to get a special machine to make their boxes and fold the boxes and fit everything inside the boxes. So yeah, that's at the point where you're like, dude, maybe too big. I don't know. I mean, if I need a special machine to make my box, and then I need 2 people to bring the box into my house, at what point does it become too big? No mention of figures, though, but you definitely get other stuff. Okay, from Sarah Dillinger, we have Astra Fauna Expeditions. This is a OSR because I guess everything that's not 5e at this point in time is OSR. It's a space exploration role-playing game. Offers many creatures, stat blocks, 5 sections of a space thing. So it basically reads like a sci-fi monster manual, I guess, with art and stories. So it's a storybook told from the point of view from 5 different scientists. And each scientist tells you about specific different monsters. So illustrations. So basically it's a big coffee table book of science fiction art that vaguely connects to the OSR because they threw in some stats. Anyways, $47 gets you the print book and a variety of digital thingies, posters and stuff. From Dark Rabbit, we have Thorgal, the role-playing game, which is a D20 system. $45 is the most popular pledge. Gets you the PDF and the print version. This is from Jean Van Ham, probably not the musician, but you never know. And Gregory Rosinski, about Atlanteans who have returned to Earth during the Viking era. So it combines the various theories about Atlantis along with Vikings. So yeah, and D20 fun. Different, I suppose. From Ghostfire Games, we have Athriel Expanse Setting Guide for 5e. This is a source book. $60 is the most popular pledge. Gets you PDF and print version of the books, plus some, looks like some stickers, which are always fun, and some digital extras. It's a swashbuckling adventure in space. Maelstorms and monsters and space naval content and boats and stickers and sharks. So, yes, it is the Ethereal Expanse Setting Guide, swashbuckling adventure in the magical seas. So it could be normal ocean. It could also be the Astral Ocean. That's the name. It could even sort of be Spelljammer. It sort of reads like it's a magical ocean. So it could be whatever kind of magical ocean you want. Is it the magical ocean on your normal world? Is it the magical ocean of the astral planes? Is it the magical ocean of not outer space, but outer space, what Spelljammer should have been. Anyways, it's basically, it reads like it's vague enough. You could go either way, but it also kind of reads like it's mostly naval, but it could kind of go other ways too. I mean, you could just take that could be true for anything that's, naval, normal ocean based with a little finagling. That's a word, right? Finagling? If it's not, I just made it up. And you'd be like, okay, I'm just replacing every time I see the word water or ocean, I'm replacing it with space or astral. And now I have ship-to-ship combat rules, and pretty much those would work for anything. The only difference, I guess, would be, on the top of the ocean, you're thinking 2D, and in astral space or in spell space, you're thinking 3D. But are you really? I don't know. I mean, I think that would work. I'm just sort of pontificating, which means I either had too much caffeine or I need more caffeine. Let's drink some caffeine. Moving on. From Kathleen McGuire, we have the Complete McGuire Creature Companion Volume 2 for D20. And we've got a picture of, I guess this is Catherine as she pictures herself playing D&D with some pig-headed individuals. I guess that's what Catherine thinks her players are. Pig-headed or boring? I don't know, but they're playing Mahjong. So anyways, this is a 5e source book. $35 gets you the PDF and the print. It is by YouTube artist Kathleen McGuire with more new monsters and lore. 20 items that you can find from these modern monsters or harvest, throwing a little, monster hunter in there. And you get some ancestries and stuff like that. And it's got all sorts of options and artwork by Miss McGuire. I am not familiar with her work, but if you are and you're a fan, cool. So it's an art book, monster manual. Because again, remember my theory that when in doubt, every company makes a monster book, including me. I made a monster book. It's available on Big Geek Emporium for $4. So if you want to get my 40-page collection of various monsters for OSR D20 type games, that's available right now on Big Geek Emporium for $4. So you can give Catherine $35, or you can give me $4. Now, obviously, Catherine's art's probably better than mine. From Dice Capital, we have Clerk and Dagger, a tabletop role-playing game of rogue accountants. Sure, why not? Its core rulebook is $15 for a PDF and the print version. No, you're not reading it wrong. It says it is Clerk and Dagger, Rogue Accountants. The magistrate have bloodied the sender's wealth, and it's up for you to recover. The ministers stole using the power of soul coins, and now it is up to you to reclaim all the stuff either legally or illegally. So accountants and attorneys by day, rogues by night in a fantasy city. Could this, definitely that could be a one-shot, two-shot, fun little side game. Would it work as a full-on role-playing campaign for like longer than a week, month, year? It's basically Blades in the Dark, but with a little more humor, it feels like. I don't know. It might work. I don't know. It could. From Crowheart Roleplay Resources, we have a cyborg bestiary called 44 for Cyborg. This is called 40 Foes. It is source books, $20 gets you PDF in the print. And if you're a fan of this cyborg, which is the cyberpunk Morkborg crossbreed, here's a whole bunch of new stuff for weapons, armor, and more running in this cyborg universe. So yeah, Same thing as the Chromebooks for Cyberpunk or whatever. Just equipment, options, fun stuff with the in-your-face art style of Cyborg Morkborg. Look at this. An entire page wasted for one thing. An entire page wasted for one thing. That's just, you know how I feel about that. From Tina Glassneck, we have the Veil of Night, a Dark Elf one-shot module for 5e. Oh, someone's at the door. Hello? Thank you. That's somebody who's really hoping for a tip, I guess. You guys texted me 20 times, rang my door, knocked on the door, all for stuff, and I can already tell things are missing. I don't know why I do Voz.com, except I don't have a car. Where were we? All right, so $1 for a one-shot Dark Elf themed adventure, because she's calling them Dark Elf instead of Dro to avoid the unnecessary nonsense about the whole Dro thing. $1. Give this woman $1 and pick up her adventure. From Paradox Press, they want you to first know that they are not associated with Paradox Interactive. We have Blood, Iron, and Death. This is an original OSR pamphlet game for $5. It's a brutal OSR fantasy campaign, and the entire campaign module and rules refit within 8 pages printed out. So yes, blood, death, violence, dark, grim, horror, because, you know, everything OSR has to be blood, iron, death, wretched, dark, horror, because that is apparently how we all played in the 80s. I played in the 80s, and I don't remember a single game like this, but apparently that is what everybody else thinks was like in the 80s. It was all mudcore. It was all blood, death, grim. AD&D was violent. You had to count every torch. It's like, dude, okay, I guess my experience is unique because the general populace of the OSR seems to feel that that is how we played in the 80s. Not how I played with the 80s, not how anybody I game with in the 80s, but I guess Southern California gaming is different than the rest of the world. That's probably the topic of a separate blog. So yeah, give $1 for an adventure? Sure. That just feels, dude, stop texting me. I got the stuff. All right. I mean, I would like not give you, I would not give you a tip if I was going to, just because of how annoying you're being. Yeah, waste of space, dude. Waste of space, 40 foes. Look at this. One entire page for one thing. Yeah, that's just a waste of space. Clerk and Dagger sounds fun, but I don't know if it has the playability for an entire campaign. Monster art book, sure. Buy mine for $4. Ocean/space naval combat rules, since, you know, Wizards of the Coast chose not to include those in Spelljammer, sure. Vikings meet Atlanteans, maybe. Yeah, maybe. An art book, more Gloomhaven. Can't go wrong with Gloomhaven, I guess. If you need a game, you know, the size of a toaster, sure. That's everything crowdfunding that are coming to an end with this week. If any of those sound like something you're going to invest in, let me know. If you have any thoughts about any of those, let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later. I know it's Friday and I'm talking about stuff that I should have been talking about on Monday or Wednesday, but everything is off because 5-day weekend for a lot of people, but not for me. So if you appreciate the fact that I'm still here knocking them out every day, except for Sunday, maybe subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I'll talk to you later because I got to put this food away.